I think we must have witnessed some courage building there with Nicole during this 40 minutes. So who would like to share courageous acts or thoughts or words that have evolved even in this last hour?
Well, I can definitely speak to witnessing Nicole's courage to say, you know, these ideas, these people have came to mind, not really sure if it makes sense, if it aligns, you know, just when we question things, and the courage to just speak up and say, this is a thought, not really sure what it means, and that being open to, you know, that willingness to, you know, take a closer look or workshop the mind to see what's really there. I'm saying these all like this because these are all in books that I'm reading right now. Workshop of the mind, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
But just witnessing that in people is so fun. To see other people's courage is something that's bringing me joy this morning. And just witnessing the small acts that really we think don't mean much, but they can really take us from feeling little to none, like little to nothing about something, to really feeling alive and energized with what's growing inside of us, that we, if we didn't speak it and tell someone, it could have gotten buried and buried and buried.
Yeah.
So witnessing that courage.
Yeah. That's great. It's sometimes it's capturing those moments, you know, those thoughts. And I always want to put a piece of, you know, a notebook and a pen by my bed, because I said, you know, you have those a lot in the night or when you first wake up and you kind of are in that meditative state. And some of them I remember longer than others, but it's really would be a good atomic habit, a little tiny habit to capture those thoughts that come to you when you're in that state. We're reading another book group that I'm in. We're reading The Happy Pocket Full of Money, which is also, this last chapter was all about, you know, not a particular form of meditation, but the importance of being still and listening. And when you're in that state, you can really access, you know, thoughts that can be very advantageous to you, taking the courage to do those things to move forward, you know.
Yeah.
I
love that. Another thought I just had is in this scenario with our breakout, is that Nancy then had courage to speak up for what was being said, to say, well, I don't think it's weird, and I don't think that, you know, and let's take a close look. So the courage to then challenge, right, a thought that someone thinks is small or, you know, has no meaning or less meaning. And when we see something, we say something. That's a big thing that Susie pointed out that I do. She's like, when you see something, you say something. And I was like, it's true, I do.
Yeah.
And it's courage to say the things too. So, right, when we feel like, I don't really think that's true, like, be the friend, be the member of the team that says, I don't think that's true. I think that might be a lie that you're telling yourself, or something that you're diminishing for other reasons, right? Fear and what's holding them back. So the courage to actually speak up when we hear someone say something that is less than we know to be true.
Yeah, that takes a lot of courage. And to say that to yourself, you know, am I making this up or is it true? It also takes courage to challenge your own thinking, right? And when you see it, say it. I love that. Yeah. Awesome. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning.
Yeah. So any other thoughts about courage? Yeah, speaking up I think that takes a lot of courage, because there's a lot of fear around that. You know, what if I say that? Will I hurt someone's feelings? Will I be seen as, you know, what, you know, what are people going to think about me? But, you know, I know in this community, we value that so much, that you have that the courage to say, wait a minute, is that true? Yeah, I love that. Well, it is the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and if you're going to stay, awesome.